Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones who late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to cosign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr Boyce TV. Here we are.
You guys are having a good day. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World and the Black Business School, and I want to say what's up to everybody. And I want to do a quick Dr. Boyce TV conversation about something that I think is interesting and worth talking about. It has to do with Kanye West. Give me a yes or no in the chat if you've heard that Kanye is talking about running for president. I'm intrigued by this personally. I think it's really interesting. Give me a yes or no. Did you see that Kanye is running for president? I made some comments on my Instagram about it earlier. At my Instagram is The Real Boyce Watkins. So if you haven't followed me on Instagram, feel free to go to The Real Boyce Watkins or the Black Financial Channel. If you like financial stuff, if you like to talk about black wealth, go to the Black Financial Channel. Also, I want to say what's up and thank you to Jay Morrison from the Tulsa Fund, who hosted me at the Black House this weekend. And Alicia and I flew down to Atlanta and had a great time. We also went down to Studio House Atlanta, where Rick Mathis is working with a really great woman out down there. I don't have a name in front of me, but they built a studio down there. So really, black people are doing a real interesting set of moves when it comes to entertainment. I mean, it's really, I'm talking about real black. I'm talking about the real black community. I'm talking about independent, black owned, like sovereignty, doing their own thing, not getting no help from white folks, not all that. I'm talking about real black people that are really in the community, hiring black folks, really building black stuff for black people, are getting it done. So Atlanta, they got some real good stuff going on. I'm gonna tell you guys about that later. I met with Madam President, also another great filmmaker, so we had a good time. But anyway, here's what I wanted to talk about. So Kanye says he wants to run for president, which I think obviously is like the most ridiculous thought that any human being could have in the history of all stupid thoughts, right? Like Kanye president, come on, like really, no. The brother has some issues. I think that he's mentally unstable. I don't care what anybody else says. I don't know if mentally unstable people need access to nuclear weapons. But then again, should Kanye West be president? No. But should Donald Trump be president? No. Should Joe Biden be president? No. Joe Biden, the man's going senile. The man's brain is fucked up, excuse my French. And he's just not, I mean, we need better leaders, right? So with that being said, here are some thoughts I want to lay out here. First thing I want to lay out here is this. Part of the reason that Kanye is even able to run for president and actually will, acquire a significant number of votes is because the world is just kind of stupid. I don't give you a yes or no. I call this the platform for intelligent black people, not because you have to have a high IQ, not because you have to go to college, but because I just want people that want to think. I want people that want productivity. I want to be around people that want progress. I want people around here that want peace. I want people around here that want black love. I want people around here that want black people to just do better. And I just feel like the world's stupid. I just really, I was talking to Alicia in the airport this morning, and I normally don't cuss at my woman. I don't, and I wasn't really cussing at her, but I started cussing. We were talking about the school systems and how stupid they make our kids. Like, they make our kids dumber. Like, your child's probably smarter staying at home and watching educational YouTube videos than they are from going to these public schools. And I said, these public schools, unfortunately, are producing a dumb society. It's not the teacher's fault. It's not anybody's particularly fault. It's the system, right? There's just this system that's just bad at producing, high quality human beings. And I think you see evidence of this. You see evidence of this all throughout our society. We elevate stupid people. Like for example, no disrespect to Kanye. My God, if Kanye and I ever bump into each other, I just feel so bad. That's going to be such an awkward conversation because he's going to feel like I'm dissing him, and I'm not really dissing him. And I'm actually going to say some good things so we can have a little bit of balance on this. But really, if you process it, right? His wife Kim Kardashian, who, by the way, isn't as dumb as y'all think she is. She's not a really truly stupid person, But if you really just kind of look at the Kardashians and what they represent, they kind of represent a big ball of nothingness most of the time. Like, they're just famous. Like, they'll just literally take one selfie with their lips out, and the selfie will get, 1.5 million likes, and big fake booties, and it just really is a reflection of how stupid our society is. Like, they're very intelligent at making massive amounts of wealth in a really stupid world. So they're very smart at being stupid, right? Unfortunately, some of our rappers are very smart at being stupid, because some of our culture, is committed to stupidity. We're deeply committed to stupidity. We're committed to going backward. We're committed to elevating the very worst of us as opposed to the best of us. And I think that it makes us, it's a big part of the reason why black people can't move forward. It really is. I mean, if you want to know, think about this. You have a community where you'll elevate a rapper with 8 babies mamas and a drug addiction over Dr. Claude Anderson or somebody who can actually teach you how to liberate yourself. If you're liberating the people who teach you how to be a slave more than you're elevating the people that teach you how to be free, then why in the fuck are you surprised when you still remain a slave? You're elevating the slave masters. It's just some of these slave masters happen to be black like you, so you don't understand. So, with Kanye, I thought about it. I processed it for a while, and I told Alicia a little while ago, I said, I think I should go live again because I actually have thought about some things, and I want to lay some of these thoughts out in terms of what I see that's going on with Kanye running for president. So now that I've given my critique of Kanye, I am going to simultaneously congratulate him and his wife Kim for a couple of things. One, I really love the initiative she's been pursuing on criminal justice. Hate her all you want, but when she's going down to those prisons and doing what she can in her own way to commit to social justice, you have to applaud that. In 2013, when Russell Simmons and I wrote a letter to pressure the Obama administration into engaging in some sort of criminal justice reform, it was Kim Kardashian's signature that was one of the first on that document, on that letter I wrote to the president. Kim Kardashian was one of the first people to sign it. I have to give her credit for that, right? What else do you give credit for? Kanye West is as arrogant as he can be, as weird as he can be. I mean, think about it. You got to be a weirdo. I'm sorry. I don't care. I know people have these philosophies or whatever, but when you run around calling yourself Jesus, that's just a little bit strange. And as weird and as narcissist as he can be, his narcissism has worked for him in the sense that it's given him this extreme confidence. If you go back 15, 16 years ago, Kanye West was the first person to tell you that Kanye West was going to eventually dominate the music industry, and I'll be damned if he didn't do it, right? So maybe there is a method to the madness to a point, but at the same time, don't think that because somebody's crazy, that just means that they're smart, right? Because then what they'll do is they'll start acting even crazier, and you'll fill in the blanks and say, oh, he acting crazy. He over eating plastic. But there must be a deep reason why he's eating that plastic. He's really trying to say that black. No, he's not trying to say he's a crazy son of a bitch that's eating plastic, right? That's what it is sometimes. Sometimes that's all it is, right? So with Kanye, I like his arrogance. I don't like the arrogance, but I like the courage. I like the free spirit. I like the fact that he will say and do whatever he wants to do. He doesn't let peer pressure stop him from doing that. I worked with Damon Dash a lot, and Damon Dash, as he signed Kanye, right, to Rockefeller. And I remember Dame talking about how Kanye, just kind of decided what his destiny was going to be. Kanye basically said, like, I'm going to make this happen. So when they told him, okay, Kanye, just sit back, wait your turn, man, wait your turn. Kanye was like, no, I'm not waiting my turn. I'm going to go and fund my own music video, and I'm going to put out a song called Through the Wire, and I'm holding an album release party. You're invited. And so that made them feel like they had to catch up with him. And so what Kanye kind of did with Rockefeller was exactly what the black community has done to a lot of our celebrities. What the B1 community, B1 Black First, put your hashtag B1 if you're Black First, B1, that's the hashtag. The B1 community started pushing the conversation on reparations. And the celebrities and the politicians and the Negroidians and the overseers and the bougie Negroes had to get on board. They had to adjust to what the community was demanding. The community was demanding a reparations conversation. They were using hashtags like no reparations, no vote. And that caused them to feel like, okay, damn, we better get on board with this. And then the George Floyd situation just kind of set it off to the point where now, suddenly all these people are coming out of the closet. All these black people are happy to be black. They're not afraid to be black. They're trying to be blickety black because they're trying to catch up with everybody. But these are the same people who just 2-3 years ago were afraid of everything and anything that was black and independent. They would be scared to have a conversation with somebody like me just because I use the word black, right? So I personally think Kanye is that energy is something I think a lot of us can learn from. I think that you can learn something from the idea of just, realizing you ain't perfect. God is not through with you yet. And sometimes you just got to get out there and just do it. Take your bumps, fail a little bit, go for your dreams, go for whatever it is you want, believe in it, have faith in it. Remember, you go to church, they teach you about faith every week. Well, you got to practice that in your life, right? Faith in who you are, faith that I can do it. I operate on faith every day. So that's the part of me that connects to who Kanye is, right? So I'm laying out a mixed framework here. I don't hate the guy. I don't love the guy. I just see him and I just see, I'm sharing what I see. So here's the last point. Or the biggest point I want to make to you guys about this presidential shit. Whatever this is. Kanye's running for president. He's not going to be the next president of the United States, most likely. It's a surprise because he's buddies with Donald Trump. That doesn't make any sense, right? He's running, they're in the same party. He's expressed his allegiance to Trump. Why would you be running against Trump? Well, here's what I think is happening, and it's actually expressed in a vote I just took. I just took a survey of you guys on drboycetv.com, and I asked, I said, will Kanye West steal more black votes from Biden or more Republican votes from Trump? 74% of you agree with me that Kanye will be able to steal black votes. Kanye, again, because we have a culture that listens to rappers more than we listen to scholars, because we have a culture that likes the crazy stuff, because we have a culture that that values what's cool over what's actually productive and relevant and healthy, we are gonna support Kanye because he's a famous rapper, right? And here's what Kanye is also gonna do. Kanye, my prediction, this is the Dr. Boyce prediction. Feel free to record this, and I could be wrong, but this is my prediction. My prediction is that Kanye is going to run out into the hoods and do a little bit of what the Democrats have always done. The Democrats always, they never felt like they could get black people's attention politically by doing things that were intelligent. They never felt, they've never respected you enough to think, well, we've got to actually deliver concrete policy. They've never felt that, okay, we got to deliver something that's relevant, right? They said, well, let's hold a Beyonce concert. Let's get Beyonce and John Legend and just tell them to rock the vote, right? That's what they do, right? So Kanye is going to do for Trump what Beyonce and all the black celebrities are going to do for Biden. So literally, it's going to be a coon fest. It's going to be one rapper competing against another rapper to get you to vote for their respective master, right? My master's better than your master. So Kanye's going to go into the hoods. He's going to do concerts because people will show up to the concerts. It doesn't matter. The music is it's like the culture and the music and all that is some sort of weird addiction. And so it doesn't matter how much you hate Kanye. It doesn't matter how mad you are about whatever. But when you get your feet stomping and they serving Popeye's chicken too, the whole hood gonna show up. The whole hood's gonna show up. I was down in Atlanta this weekend. T.I. just opened something called the Trap Music Museum. And the Trap Music Museum had a line down the block, up the street, and around the corner because we might like books, we might not like books. We might like healthy food, we might not like healthy food. We might like, wealth building, we might not like wealth building, but we always fall in love with stuff related to entertainment, greasy ass food, and all the things that fit directly into the stereotypes of what it means to be black. Like we might or might not show up to class, but we all gonna show up to the trap museum and let the trap rappers become our professors that day, right? And so I asked you guys about the Trap Museum, not because I was trying to belittle it or talk down on it, because I don't want to disrespect anybody's culture, but I was like, okay, I don't know. Bear with me here. Before you get mad at me and call me out, because I'm not dissing T.I. or nothing. I know people that know T.I. I know Killer Mike and David Banner very well. I don't know T.I. that well. I saw him in Ghana, but I don't know him that well. So this is not a diss on T.I. But here's my $1 million question. If you're a group of people that claims that you want liberation, why are you celebrating the trap? Because a trap, by definition, means you trapped. You locked up. You can't get out. You know, so I'm not saying that they're not doing this. But my question is, and I'm deviating slightly from Kanye, but we're talking about just that whole idea of worshiping entertainers and rappers, which is uniquely black, by the way. White folks did this to you. White folks did this to you because what they did was they took your entertainers and they elevated them above your scholars. They took your entertainers, elevated them above your teachers. They took your entertainers and elevated them above your health professionals and your lawyers and all the people in the community who actually really want something healthy for the community. So they took, they'll take a big fat greasy motherfucker like Rick Ross, and because he's running around talking about how much cocaine he used to sell and calling himself a boss and how many women he had and talking about drugging the women and raping them. I don't know if y'all remember that song he had, the song where he joked about giving the girl Molly and enjoying her vagina. The white feminists shut him down on that, by the way. They'll elevate that, and then next thing you know, he's sitting next to Dr. Cornel West, right? Cardi B. I'm not dissing the strippers now. If you're a stripper, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. You're welcome to be here. I want you to stay, right? And I want you to just, but I would hope that maybe we can at least agree that perhaps it's not so great for our community's liberation if we're training all our little girls to look up to strippers. Right? I'm not saying strippers don't have redeeming qualities. I went to a strip club once. I swear to God, I went to a strip club once for my brother's bachelor party because that's what it was. That's what they did. I followed along. That's what his best man did. So we went, and I was there to have his back. Right? Well, scratch that. See, I'm lying. I was the best man. So I don't know how we ended up at the strip club because I didn't pick that shit. But anyway. So it was very fascinating. I actually talked to a couple of the young ladies that were there, and I said, wow, you're very athletic. I'm really impressed by that. Did you do gymnastics in high school? And she said, yeah. And I said, so what do you do? And she said, I'm working my way through school. And I was like, that's interesting. And I think I saw 2 or 3, and I think that's the standard answer. Like that's the redeeming sort of statement that might be used is, I'm only here, this ain't really who I am. I'm here because I'm working my way through school. I think that's cool, but here's the deal, right? I think that as a community, we have to think about where we are and how that links to what we value, right? You're not educated as well as you should be, but you know how to rap really well. You know all the rap lyrics because you value your rappers more than you value your educators. But in fact, in many cases, the rappers become your educators. So you get more of an education on the trap, how to stay in the trap, how to get in the trap, how to find your way around the trap, how to cook dope in the trap, and all this other stuff. You get more education about the trap than you actually get about life, about success, about what it means to actually be free, what it means to have liberation. So here's what. So I went off into a little bit of a tangent on that. Thank you for allowing me to do that, by the way. And so I'm gonna just summarize. In terms of Kanye, here's what I think Kanye is doing. Kanye and Trump are engaged, in my opinion, in what would best be called a $1 billion plan. A $1 billion plan. Their $1 billion plan is quite brilliant, by the way. And what they're planning to do is this. The Democratic Party neglect of the black community is something that's just glaring. It's the elephant in the room that nobody will address. And they keep telling you that there is no elephant, and the elephant is crapping on top of your head. And you're like, there's an elephant. He shitted on me just now. And they're like, there's no elephant. I don't see an elephant, right? So that's going to pay, they're going to pay a price for that. And let me tell you how they're going to pay a price for that. Kanye West is going to go to hoods all across America. He's going to hold a concert with chicken or something. And he's going to get all the people in the hood together, and he's going to talk about all of the benign neglect that has existed within the Democratic Party over the last 40, 50 years. All he's going to talk about is all the ways that the Democratic Party has controlled black people. He's going to talk about all the ways the Democratic Party has taken black people for granted. He's going to talk about all the ways that the Democratic Party has let black babies get shot up in the hood. In Chicago, 4 or 5 little young children under the age of 6 were shot up. Ain't nobody talking about that, right? Because they didn't give you a license to hold a protest for that. You can't hold a protest for a baby, but you can hold a protest over here because they told you that one's okay. That's been sanctioned by white folks. So at the end of the day, you're a white supremacist, whether you know it or not. When you only move when they say you can move, when you only move when white media says you can move, you are a white supremacist. I just want you to just understand that so you can start working on your detox right now. Maybe you could go take some hydroxychloroquine or something because you got the Negronavirus. We all are infected with the Negronavirus, and maybe you need some medication for that. But so when Kanye does that, here's what's going to happen. People are going to give him his support, their support, and Kanye will have a better ability to go into black neighborhoods and get millennial, young, but pre-millennial, younger than millennials. Millennials are in their 30s. I'm talking about the super young kids. He's going to be able to rally them in a way that Biden and Trump never could, because Biden is a senile old white man and Trump is a crazy old white racist bastard. So, but Biden, sorry, scratch that. Biden's also a big senile old racist bastard. So you got senile versus crazy. You make the choice. But either way, they're old racist bastards. Both of these guys are. They can't go into the hood and get black people inspired to support them. But guess what? Kanye can. So Kanye is not so much a political candidate as much as he is a political boss. A political boss's job is to go into a certain community, galvanize support, and then hand deliver that support to the candidate who takes good care of them. So Trump is going to take good care of Kanye. They've probably made a deal where Kanye will go and gather all this support and pull all this support away from the Democratic Party and hand as much of that support as he can over to Donald Trump. Or at the very least, he will basically end up annihilating the significance of a huge swath of Democratic Party votes to the point where they'll be so disgruntled that they won't participate, and the Republicans will win again. Now, I don't know if this is, I can't predict the Republicans are going to win. That part I don't know. There's a lot of variables going on, but I think that's the plan. And I think if I'm Kanye and I'm supporting Trump, that's a great plan. And if you want to blame anybody for their plan, you can blame the people who created the plan, but you can also blame the people who created the atmosphere within which a plan like that might work. Because here's the reality. In a fair world, in a world that was truly inclusive of black people, in a world that was truly built on the false equality that the Democrats always like to brag about, Kanye wouldn't be able to do that. They wouldn't be able to do that because the Democrats could come in and say, why would you go and support these people when we've done so much for you? We did this for you, we did that for you, we did that for you. They can't name the things they've done for you because they haven't done a whole lot for you. And even Barack Obama can't beat that. I mean, he'll be out there on the campaign trail. He'll be doing all that he can. But I think that they're really in trouble. And I think Kanye knows that. And I think Kanye is helping Trump to get reelected. And that's what it is. So, by the way, actually, a little fun fact. Actually, I don't know if you guys know. I was in a Kanye West song. Did y'all know that? Give me a yes or no if you knew that. I was actually in a Kanye West song. It was a song he did with Tyler, the Creator. And Tyler, the Creator called me a bitch. Because Tyler, the Creator, has hated me since 2014 when we shut down his Mountain Dew situation because of it wasn't me I wasn't trying to shut him down. It was more so Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne was the actual person we were dealing with, and Tyler just was collateral damage. I didn't intend on that, but I did tell Tyler. I said, look, man. This is what white people do when they get nervous. They shoot down every Negro in the building, and that's what they did to you. I didn't even know who Tyler, the Creator, was before we dealt with Lil Wayne, but Lil Wayne made a song about Emmett Till that was incredibly disrespectful, and we challenged that. We challenged them. We challenged Mountain Dew, and their world tour got canceled. Mountain Dew was going to sponsor that, and the Mountain Dew backed out of that, and I'm glad that they did. I have no regrets about that whatsoever. But Tyler, I think he was feeling a little butthurt. And I would have explained it if he had wanted to call me. But unfortunately, there's a generational divide. There's a divide because when black folks, when they take some Negro out of the hood and make him a big superstar, he thinks he's better than the scholars and the teachers in the community. So, so why would you listen to some older black man who's trying to give you good advice when you got a million white people telling you you're the most wonderful thing in the world? And that's what happens. And we're the ones that they come to when white folks chew them up and spit them out. We're the ones they come to when mainstream media no longer accepts them. We're the ones they come to when they got caught up in some old Becky shit, got accused of rape or something, and nobody's standing by them anymore. Like O.J. Simpson. O.J. Simpson didn't have no time for black people. Didn't want nothing to do with being black. Until they reminded him of how black he was, and then suddenly he's like Mr. Black Power all over again. And it happens all the time. I had a coworker like this. I don't know if you have ever had a friend like that, but I had a coworker like that who literally, I swear to God, she literally told me that she would deliberately avoid me and the other black people at Syracuse, or the other black faculty, because she didn't want to be seen by the white people as only hanging out with black people. She said this to me on the phone. She literally said that, and I was like, what planet were you born on? What is wrong with you? We have to stick together. And I'll be damned if they didn't screw her 6 years later, and next thing you know, when she got screwed, first person she came to was me. Like the guy, the crazy guy in the office who, by God, oh my God, wasn't afraid to be black. Well, you should never be afraid to be black. You should be proud to be black. So at the end of the day, I just think that white supremacy does a number on you as black people. And the reason I'm so obsessed with you understanding the power of economics, owning land, owning property, investing in yourself, investing in your family, investing in your community, is because the way they control you, the way they divide and conquer you is through money. They use their wealth and their power to divide and conquer you. So why was I in Atlanta this week? I was in Atlanta because I wanted to get together with some black people with their head on straight and plot and plan on how we can have some independent, powerful black ownership in the media space that will allow us to overcome the fact that they manage and control us through media. Like that was what I was. We were making power plans, and am I going to tell you the details of the plan? No, I'm not going to tell you every detail because I don't want, because I know COINTELPRO's in the building. I know that you got Negroes in here that want to undermine the plan, so I'm not going to tell you every detail we talked about. But just rest assured, you can bet your black ass that we are planning and preparing and plotting, and we are preparing for war. Because I never made the mistake of believing that the world is ever going to love black people as much as we need to love ourselves. So if you love yourself, just say yes right now, and before I let you go, just give me a yes right now so we can confirm and reaffirm our love for ourselves. Black first, #B1. We are the best. We can't be beat. We can win. We're the greatest. Let's just make a plan and let's win. So take care, guys. Have a good day. Please hit the thumbs up button, share, and subscribe button. And also a reminder, if you guys want to learn about stock options and how stock options can help you invest, my stock options masterclass starts on Wednesday night. So if you're interested, you can feel free to take a look. Go to drboycemasterclass.com. That's drboycemasterclass.com. So please hit the thumbs up button before you go, and you can follow me on Instagram at @TheRealBoyceWatkins. I'll see you soon. Have a great day. Love you guys. Peace.
Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones who late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to cosign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boyce TV. Here we are.